We made some sales on eBay. We also have to process some shoes. Let's talk about it.
So we have a large variety of shoes here that we're going to process. Here's a couple examples of what we like to sell. Merrell, hiking shoes, camping shoes, outdoor shoes, those generally do not last long for us. It's also fall, so people are getting into boots. We have had boots flying off the shelves. So make sure you're keeping seasonality in mind when you're thrifting. Other than that, you can see we do dress shoes, casual shoes, skate shoes usually do very well for us. Athletic shoes, obviously, somebody's always looking for athletic shoes. There's always gyms, running. It's always athletic season somewhere. Nikes are good sellers, especially if you can get different, very unique styles, different colorways. People really go for that. Jordans, that's always a key term people are searching for. These ones are going to sell for about $60. We did end up having to buy new insoles for them for $10, but on average we only pay $6 for pairs of shoes at our Goodwill. So 16 into 60 is still a really good return. And we don't normally do that, but it was worth it. So on rare occasions we will. A couple of specific brands here. These are DVS skate shoes. Skate shoes are generally in very good condition because they're not being walked on. These ones just have a couple of rocks we have to pop out. Other than that, they're almost pretty much ready to go. These are also DVS. These are Born. Born doesn't sell for a huge amount, maybe 35, 40, but they have a good following. People really like Born shoes who wear them. So we pick them up when we see them if they're in the right condition. These are Allen Edmonds. They're dress shoes, very good brand. They generally are in good condition when we find them. The soles aren't worn down. Might have to do a little leather polishing on them, but other than that, pretty minimal work. As far as the athletic shoes, if they're white, sometimes they get a little dingy around here. We'll take a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser pad and go around them. And if they have cloth, we're generally looking for blemishes, and those will usually just wash out. We have a couple pair of Vans here. Vans are great sellers, especially black. These checkered ones do well. If you're getting Converse All-Stars, we don't have a pair here. Those also sell really well, especially the Chuck Taylors, and especially if they come in a very neutral color like black. So those are all brands to keep your eye open for. As far as cleaning shoes, for leather, saddle soap and leather lotion, that goes a long way. A lot of times the leather is just dry and just needs a little bit of life added to it. So if you rub that all over the leather and let them dry overnight, they usually come back to life just with that. Other than that, if they need anything else, you'd want to get your polishes in different colors, but that's a video for another time. As far as the whites on these shoes, Magic Eraser usually will do the trick. You just take it around there, it brightens them right up. Soles like this on the bottom, you can just use like a dry brush,
dry brush or soap and water. Yeah, soap and water does a lot of wonders. You know, don't overcomplicate cleaning shoes. It's just like cleaning anything else. It's not that difficult.
Yeah, and we have a dedicated shoe toothbrush too. People sometimes ask about fabric. You can wash fabric. It's just like putting your shirt in a laundry machine. You just have to let them sit overnight as they dry. So just soap and water, that's what we'll use on something like this with stains on it.
Yeah, so these are all really good examples of like the level of clean that they need. This DVS, I mean, these are like new.
Yep, like I was saying earlier, you're just gonna pop the rocks out. We have just a tiny screwdriver, so we'll just use that.
Yeah, these are, of these examples, probably the dingiest, dirtiest, but yeah, just soap and water to try to get some of the staining out.
And then whitening this up will make a huge difference.
Oh, for sure.
And then sometimes shoes will have snags like this. You can just take scissors just like you would with clothing and cut them off. Just be careful, obviously, that you're not ruining, the thread there.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's kind of the common theme with all of these. So what we're going to do on this beautiful Tuesday evening is just get these shoes ready. So tomorrow Munda stays home with Jessica, so she's gonna have a little bit of time in between her naps to do photography. So typically, we'll pick a shoe date. It's Tuesday. We're gonna process these. I'm not sure how many pair. There's probably 20, 25 pair. It'll take us about an hour or so to get all these ready, let them dry overnight, and then we'll move on to what's sold and get some stuff packaged. So here's just a quick before and after. These are the before. These are actually in really good condition anyhow, but just a little bit of that leather lotion, you can see that it just really shines them up. So these are going to be pretty quick, less than a minute to polish this one. So really, really quick.
Our random hack is for, if you look inside the tongues of shoes, there's sometimes some lint. I actually use a fabric shaver on those. So here's what the before is. Okay, maybe less than a minute later, all that pilling is gone. And I ran it around the heels too. That's where you get the most rub. And you can see there's no more pilling there either.
Here's a quick difference using a magic eraser. So you can see the one that hasn't been cleaned and then the one that has been. So this is kind of a beige bottom anyways, but you can see what condition it was in just a minute ago. So magic eraser, you can find them online in bulk or at your dollar store. So these are all done. This entire bag, that's a vast majority of them that did not need a lot of deep cleaning. Melinda's finishing up 2 pair. This one, she just finished up the bottoms. They have a bit of staining. These ones have some staining, so she put some
Fabric.
Oxy.
No, this is actually Shout. It's a fabric cleaner, so
Perfect.
yeah, so you use it on clothing in the laundry. So I let it spray it on there and let it sit on there, and then I'm actually going to go back with some detergent because it's a cloth, it's white cloth with stains, so I'm going to treat it like fabric.
Awesome. And then this over here, excuse the noise, we're doing laundry. These are all done as well. These are the ones that needed some water, so we're gonna let those dry overnight and then they should be all set.
Good morning, everybody. We've pulled all of our orders and we're gonna get them packed up to ship out. First, we have a couple Hamilton Beach food processor parts. We bought the whole units, but they sell really well parted out and they're less to ship individually. This blade sold for $22 and the bowl sold for $19. Both of those are gonna be first class, so they're only gonna be about $3 to $5 to ship. And we paid $6 for the whole unit, so we'll already be in the green after those. We have 3 more parts that we're waiting on selling. These are original Sunbeam mixers to the stand mixers. Those sold for $25 and we just have $10 into the whole unit, and we also have more parts of that listed. We also sold this German tin. This is not something we would recommend sourcing unless it was in absolutely mint condition. We got it for free from a shed clean out a friend was doing. It sold for $25 and we're only gonna make about $5 to $7 on it after shipping. This is an older mid-century modern professional blender by a brand called Waring. And this is the glass one. If you follow us on Instagram, we know we really love our old appliances. Has the glass pourer and it's made in USA, so we know to look it up, that it's gonna sell well. It sold within 36 hours. The buyer paid $80 and we paid $6 at Goodwill. So be on the lookout for those. This Cabbage Patch little lady, she also sold very fast within minutes of listing. We picked her up for $3 at Goodwill and they paid $48 free shipping. We sold this Go Video combo unit, DVD, VHS. Got this really cool blue color on the bottom. We have $23 total for it. That includes $5 for the unit, $1 for the AV cords that we bought in bulk, and $17 for the remote and the manual. It's gonna be about $30 to ship and the buyer bought it for $95. So it's not gonna be a huge profit, but it sold very fast. We didn't even have to inventory it. So we always like that. We got this John Deere hat at a Pay What You Want thrift. If you follow us on Instagram, you know it's one of our favorite places to hit up when we're visiting our cottage up north. So let's say we have 25 cents into it. Pretty good condition. It's got a little bit of staining, definitely vintage. It sold for $40 and it was only listed for less than a week. Last is a Poshmark sale. Sold these buckle silver jeans. Took an offer of $33 on them. The buyer is going to pay shipping and we only paid $5 for them. With these small blender parts, you just want to make sure that there's a decent amount of bubble wrap around them, and then you can just put them in these poly bags. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll show you what that looks like. Those parts all wrapped up. I just did one sheet of bubble wrap on the mixers, and as you can see, I bubble wrapped this pretty well because you don't want them to open the bag and cut themselves. So you just want to make sure that those blades are in there. And with the mixers, the fear isn't that they're going to break, obviously. It's really just to keep them from clanging together and making scratches. So as long as they're nice and tight in there, you can throw them in here and then off we'll go. Okay, for everything else, this is going to go in a box. We do put our hats in small boxes because in poly mailers, they can just get pretty damaged. Box, bag. So we're going to finish that up and we'll show you the numbers later.
So here are the numbers from yesterday. We sold $354 in gross. It cost us $73 to ship everything. We had a couple of larger items. $41 was the cost of goods, what we paid for merchandise we sold. Roughly $50 in fees through eBay and PayPal, which left us with $190 net. But of course, we have to pay tax on that, which leaves us $142 as cash profit. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time.